up with that one. Well, Clark, your whole career, you were a fantastic rebounder. Really at all levels you played it. With that in mind, who do you think are some of the best rebounders right now in the NBA?
Well, for me, it's all about the consistency of getting rebounds at both ends of the floor, and I tend to lean towards those guys that get a bunch of offensive rebounds. So in that regard, Kevin Love, Hassan Whiteside, Andre Drummond, those guys are tenacious and highly productive on the offensive board.
And it's the Bulls with the ball. After the miss from Karl Anthony Towns, shot clock at 5. The great one passes to Warren. And that misses. That would have put him up.
Poor execution. That was not how they drew up that possession.
Teague with a clean look. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
So they take the lead. And that's 13 points for the great one.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Teague kicks to Towns. Passes it to Kuzminskis. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. And Jang gets it to go.
Yeah, the vision of Towns, sees the whole floor. Finds an unguarded teammate there.
Payne passes to the great one. The Bulls keep it alive.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Dishes it to Towns. Towns is doubled. Out to the wing. Jang with a clean look. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Soft touch on that jumper, guys. I mean, this is where Jang can be dangerous. Facing up from mid-range can put a lot of pressure on the defense.
And the rejection by Jang. Here's Tavares. It's Minnesota converting.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
32 seconds left in the second quarter.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
And Kuzminskis gets it to go.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
And the foul called on the great one. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
You know, he's got to take care of the ball much better than he has been. By himself, he's accounted for 4 turnovers. That's way too many.
Kuzminskis kicks to Tavares to the left wing. Here's Towns. Nice teamwork to set up the pick play and make the space for the J.
So often the screener himself. Towns showing he can use the pick as well to create space for his shot. That's pretty impressive.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. Andrew, what do you like about the way the team's playing so far?
We're competitive right now. We're going after it. In our possession, we're going hard.
We'll see if that continues in the second half, Andrew. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started. Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. Here's the great one. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. It's on the floor. So the Bulls 5 right now. Markkanen and Lopez are together down low. Payne out there with the great one. And it's Warren in at the 3, the small forward.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Here's the great one. Back to Payne. Here's Lopez. The shot missing. Great D that time from T. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, analytics has taken over the NBA, but Minnesota coach and president of basketball Tom Thibodeau says it doesn't tell you everything. He said analytics can measure a lot of things, but it's very difficult to measure drive. The magic is in the work. Kevin?
And Tom Thibodeau makes a good point, D.A. Analytics is certainly helpful, but it doesn't capture everything. One thing that Tom Thibodeau can be dependent on as a coach is giving his star players a lot of minutes. In fact, in Chicago, Clarkson criticized him for doing that. Others praised him for it. But the fact of the matter is, if you're a team leader, he expects you to be on the floor a lot and produce a lot.
Yeah, and that's part of the job. Hey, when you get right down to it, if you're one of the best players, you've got to show up and do your job all the time. And you look at players who've played under Thibodeau. I mean, he's had the league leader in average minutes 3 times in his career as a coach. Said himself that he expects his guys, star players do, which includes a lot of minutes.
Tavares can't hit.
Unfortunately, his shot has been all over the place. Can't buy a basket. However, his teammates got him covered.
And with that shot, the Minnesota lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Markkanen. Outside Teague. He dishes it to Towns. Towns the screen. Wiggins kicks to Towns. 3-pointer. And it's Chicago with the rebound. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
Executed on the road, stayed focused, stayed consistent with who you are as a team.
I love that, Greg. You got to do that away from home. It shows how connected they are with one another playing that way, and excellent chemistry.
Timberwolves leading by 7. Outside Teague. Pass to Tavares. Towns the screen. 3 on the clock. Trying his luck deep. Tavares gets the bucket. Tavares has got his 3rd basket of the night right there. And them out of the game called for Chicago. Going up, Clark, you were Mr. Basketball USA, a national ranking. Be truthful. How dominant were you in high school in Cleveland, Ohio?
I was a really good high school player, considered one of the top 2 or 3 in the country in 1979, which was actually perhaps the best high school class ever, documented by many who follow the game: Isaiah Thomas and Sam Bowie, James Worthy, Ralph Sampson, Dale Ellis, Terry Cummings, Dominique Wilkins. I could go on and on. A terrific class, and I was considered at the top of that class as a high schooler.
Chicago making some changes. Valentine's checked in for T.J. Warren. Wells comes in for the great one. And Justin Holiday subbed in for Payne. And a change for the Timberwolves. Hill's checked in. Now here is Holiday. He kicks to Markkanen. The rebound by Gibson. Timberwolves leading by 10. Outside Hill. Teague dishes to Wiggins. Towns a screen on Lopez. For 3, Hill. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
Now here's Wells. Tight defense on him. And the rejection by Towns. Teague the pass to Towns. Excellent D there from Holiday. Looking at Minnesota, they took the win in their last game against the Hawks in Atlanta.
And always tough on the road, but that attack mindset that they brought offensively, I really felt like that set them apart.
And what stood out to me, Greg, was the aggressiveness. I mean, seemed like they just were eager to get it done, wanted it a tad more than the other team.
Sinks the triple.
And Wells has a great feel for the game. Superb at swinging the ball around, especially when he sees a teammate in a good position.
Some changes for Chicago. Felicio comes in for Robin Lopez. And Bobby Portis subbed in for Markkanen. Diallo, he's checked in for Minnesota. Tyus Jones comes in for Jeff T. Now here's Wells. He has 6. There's the pick. Shot off the pick. Bank shot, no good.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range. Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Now the pass to Felicio. Foul on the play, basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
And Wells is just an unselfish guy, willing to give the ball up if one of his teammates is open. That's the way the game should be played.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
Something we've also seen them doing tonight is getting the long ball to go down. Big points from outside.
Here's Jones, looking for his first basket still in this one. Jang, a screen. Wiggins from outside. Kept alive. Kicks it out to Jones. There's the pick. Feeds it to Wiggins. The dish to Jang. Another shot. Chalk up 2 there. Jang's got 6.
And, you know, we all know about Jang's high motor. Defensively, you can't just let him float around the glass. You've got to get a body on it.
Here's Valentine, and he didn't get quite enough under that one. Minnesota leading by 11. Jones with it. Now guarded by Wells. Jones kicks to Wiggins. Up top, Jang. In the corner, it's Wiggins. Clock at 6. From 17 feet out, Jang, no luck.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And Holiday kicks to Wells. Gets a hand on it.
Well, I tell you, that was double duty right there. He influenced the shot and then got back and cleaned the glass.
Outside Hill. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Bulls trail by 13. There's a screen. Here's Wells. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got 3 assists now in this one.
And you don't want to give Wells space off the screen. That's when he hits you with that deadly jumper.
Now here's Jang. He has 6. It's back to Hill. Wiggins outside. Got a hand on it. 1:56 left to play in the third. Valentine with it. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. And Holiday has it in the corner. Another 3 for Chicago.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I mean, not a lot of effort put forth on defense there. I mean, I think he's definitely got to play up on him more and off the screen in that situation.
And so it's Minnesota with it. Following the 3-point basket by Chicago. Pick up by Hill. Wiggins left side. Fires the 3. Again, Wiggins missing.
He's not exactly striping them from deep. He had 1 3 ball in the first half. Still bagels in the second.
It's tipped. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Hill with it. Now guarded by Wells. Hill dishes to Jones. Kicks to Wiggins. Over Valentine. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. 11 points for Andrew Wiggins.
Hey, it's a simple game. Just take what the defense allows. Wiggins reads it, smooth with the mid-range stroke. Knock it down.
And Holiday kicks to Wells. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Zhang's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Hill sets the screen for Jones. Now here's Wiggins. Good, the assist goes to Hill. And now it's an 11-point Timberwolves lead. And so it's Minnesota holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And we'll be back with you shortly.
Voila.
And now we take a listen into the recent huddle from Tom Thibodeau.
One shot, then when we make a miss, run and run through so we get some spacing. Make the game easy.
You know, guys, we hear a lot of coaches preach all this. Tom Thibodeau wanting defensive rebounding and then faster pace on offense.
Yeah, and that shows you he knows the pulse of his team. He knows that they're not quite energized. Their play rises to a whole nother level when they are.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. So on the floor for Minnesota, they've got Andrew Wiggins. Jones is out there with Gorgie Dang. And it's Tavares in at the 2 spot.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Boy, like his intensity, Greg. He's not afraid to take it straight to the rack on the bigger defender, right at him.
The Bulls making a switch here. Lopez is checked in, and the Timberwolves also making a change. Towns, he's checked in for Gorgie Dang. Minnesota leading by 10. Outside, Jones, pass to Towns. Towns, and it's Towns on the follow.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration. And
And I gotta say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still a magnificent move to the rim.
I don't care what the score is there, fellas. That's the play we'll remember from this game, clearly.
Another miss by Towns. Bulls trail by 10. And it's Payne in the corner. Here's the great one. Shot clock at 5. That one, no good. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. Here's the floater. So he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to go on Nikola Mirotic. And the first one at the line is good. Clark, when you played, did you have any superstitions or a game day ritual that you would follow?
Superstitions are a waste of time in my book, Kevin. I had none, not any. I liked my pregame nap. I'd get a good pregame meal, and then it was about focusing on my assignment for that particular game and night or day. Superstitions, I know a lot of guys have them. They weren't part of my toolkit.
And it's never too early to start looking at our contenders for this year's dunk contest. There's no doubt it'll be a terrific showdown of some of the game's best athletes.
And it seems like each year the bar keeps getting set higher. I mean, more props, crazier concepts to the competition, the level of dunks. I think this is going to be a good one.
Well, you look at the great one. Some might say he's a long shot at this point, but you never know.
Hey, stranger things have happened, and we'll just have to wait and see.
So there you go. And as it's looking, this year's dunk contest is shaping up to be a fantastic competition. We'll keep you updated on the voting.
No doubt it's going to be a good one, Kevin. We've got players on that list who'll do things that you didn't even think were possible.
T kicks to Towns. They get it again. Great positioning on the putback. And the Timberwolves lead by 12.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And he bangs it home with one hand.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
Tavares can't hit.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain-neutral position.
Outside Gibson. Towns the screen. Towns a screen on Warren. Wiggins kicks to Tavares. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Tavares has got 10 points here in the second half. Bulls trail by 11. Payne passes to Markkanen. Back to Payne. Here's the great one. And the foul called on the great one. That's his fourth foul of the contest.
And all the turnovers, guys, are hurting his team. I mean, he's continuing to just give the ball away.
Minnesota leading by 11. To the paint. Wiggins outside. There's the triple. And another field goal in this total. Make it 7 for 14, shooting 50%.
First three of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Here's the great one. And it's Payne in the corner. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. The Timberwolves have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
First free throw is good. Thinking back to the great Warrior team from last year, Clark, how do you place them in a historical context for what they accomplished?
Well, they're on a short list of one of the great teams of all time in terms of winning a championship and what they did throughout the season to do so. You'd have to consider them as one of the outstanding teams in the history of the NBA.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
Markkanen, and he uses the glass on the layup.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
T kicks to Wiggins. Out to the right wing. Here's Towns, buried from 15 feet out. And the Timberwolves lead by 15.
Gaining a lot of poise in this area. Towns will make the mid-range jumper if you give it to him now.
Here's the great one. Rebound, Minnesota. Towns has got 11 rebounds in the game. Teague, the pass to Tavares. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Chicago has gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. They're 6 of 13. Here's the great one. Over in the corner, Warren. Here's the great one, and that one is hammered home.
Oh, power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that one.
Could be, that could be a catalyst for him. It really could.
We've seen those kinds of plays get them going in the past.
And Gibson kicks to Tavares. Towns against Lopez. Tavares can't hit. Bulls trail by 13. Warren, the pass to the great one. And Gibson sends it back. Here's Tavares. The putback, Towns, and the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And the shot is good from the great one.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Gibson the screen. Wiggins outside. Gibson setting a pick for Wiggins. Shoots over Warren. Another miss by Minnesota. Bulls have gone 8 of 13 from the field since the start of the 4th, sinking the majority of their shots. Here's the great one. Lopez a screen. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
Definitely not pleased with their rebounding at the defensive end. The number of putbacks they've allowed has been terrible. I'm sure that's what he's going to address during this timeout.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Karl Anthony Towns.
And he's provided them with a major mismatch on that low block tonight. That they've been able to lean on his scoring in the paint. And if nothing else has worked, he's given them a reliable option on every possession.
And as the star of this team, he knows he's going to be the object of the crowd's anger. Here's the great one. Teague covering. Teague on the double team. 6 to shoot. Here's the great one. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. There's the foul. That's against Minnesota. First free throw is good, and that brings them to within 10. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
Tavares kicks to Towns. Got it. Good job in the low post.
Yep, another one from Towns. There's no limit to what he can score when he's in this kind of rhythm.
Lopez a screen. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And that's a tough one, but on those illegal screen calls, the defender's never going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Those are facts, man. I mean, if he's sliding his feet just a skosh, the refs are going to whistle him for it.
Teague, the pass to Tavares. He feeds it to Wiggins. Towns, the screen. And it's blocked.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Timberwolves.
And as we watch the game wind down, you have to look back at all the second chance points these guys generated.
Yeah, they clearly won the second chance points category. Possession after possession, we watched them go after the ball and make misses turn into makes.
And so looking at their number, this will be win number 22 on the year.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
Yeah, and Greg, when it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game one has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for Karl Anthony Towns.
Now, he was a problem on the glass today, relentlessly crashing the boards and came away with a bushel basket full of rebounds.
Lopez a screen. Here's the great one. They get the rebound. From deep three-point range, the shot misses. And so the Timberwolves take the win. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.
You're ridiculous, Rook.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you mad that you didn't make the All-Star game, right? Yeah.
DJ, don't worry, we're gonna spin this.
Man,
I don't care about press.
Hey, you a rookie, bro.
So what?
What you mean, so what?
DJ.
Only people that make it are like LeBron James and Magic Johnson in their first year for the All-Star game. Look, man, you got a nice game, all right? You actually even playing very well, but I just don't think you're on LeBron James level. That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna get there, though.
Yeah, maybe, man. You're still a rookie, so you got a long time to do it. Look, man, take it out on the opposition, not the rest of us. We still got a whole season to play with. All right?